Okay, this might piss a couple of people off, but fuck it, I gain nothing from lying to y'all, so I'm just gonna say it. This is the most overhyped record of the year. Now don't get it twisted, folks. I do genuinely like Necrot. I thought their 2017 album Blood Offering was an extremely fun and spicy dose of underground, old-school death metal, and, spoiler alert, I like Mortal as well. Maybe not as much as Blood Offerings, but also not to the point where I think this is like a lesser piece of work, you know? I just happen to think Blood Offerings is ultimately a stronger record. But y'all been hyping this fucking thing up as if it's supposed to be like the death metal album of 2020, as if it is like a new chapter in the evolution of this genre. For example, here's a real statement pulled from Decibel Magazine's official review. Mortal is a king of the mountain record. The band that dreams of dethroning them had better be prepared to tear a new opening in the world Necrot just created. Or how about this statement from Ghost Cult Magazine, which genuinely puzzles me. Mortal continues to escalate and mount tension with every riff and lead. Think of it as the later era Gorguts school of songwriting. What? Like, no disrespect to Necrot whatsoever, but if you're really telling me that Mortal, this song, this moment of Mortal, or the album as a whole, or anything in Necrot's discography, is anywhere near the literal genre-breaking madness that is Obscura, or From Wisdom to Hate, or Colored Sands, then you're flat out just not paying attention. Like, don't get me wrong, folks, I love me some nasty death metal too. Some of my favorite records of the last couple of years have been nasty death metal, from Venom Prison to Gatecreeper to my hometown heroes, Tomb Mold. And while I will concede that Necrot is definitely a lot more diverse and intelligent than your average underground old-school death metal band, they are, nonetheless, an underground old-school death metal band. Like, fucking chill, guys. Fucking chill the fuck out. For those of you who are still watching this video and have yet to slam the ever-living shit out of that dislike button, allow me to explain yet again, I do genuinely enjoy this record. I think it is an incredibly fun, beefy, dirty little dose of underground death metal, with influences pulled from across the extreme music spectrum. I think it's well edited, well produced, well polished even by the standards of this genre, and at the same time still does a really good job at emulating the spirit of old school death metal, aesthetically even reminding me of vintage Obituary, Cannibal Corpse, Autopsy, Entombed. It's got just a little bit of the grime and piss and vinegar of old school hardcore, which I appreciate as well. It's by no means a particularly ambitious record, lyrically, musically, or conceptually, but not to the point where I think you could get away with dismissing this as yet another death metal record. And even if you could, honestly, would that really matter? Because even then, at the end of the day, Necrot succeed at doing exactly what they want to do. They succeed at creating fun, explosive, simple death metal. And that is what Mortal is. Not a King of the Mountain record, not an Obscura-esque revolutionary leap. It's a fun record. And if you want to have fun, you'll have fun. I certainly had fun. There are a lot of sickly riffs and a lot of really heavy, nasty, brutal beatdowns scattered across the record. Take, for instance, the track Asleep Forever, which, honest to God, if you told me it was a classic Chris Barnes Cannibal Corpse track, remastered for 2020, I might have believed you. Or tracks like Your Hell, Sinister Will, Malevolent Intentions, which have a much more immediate feel to them. These tracks are all very primitive with a very obvious no bullshit attitude emanating out of them. The title track Mortal, while falling short of the genre-breaking insanity of Obscura, contrary to the belief of Ghost Cult Magazine, is admittedly still a particularly inventive and diverse little number. A lot of different rhythms and riffs and death metal flavors are scattered across this track. Some parts of it remind me of Entombed, other parts of it remind me of Morbid Angel. In some parts, I'm even reminded of yet another Chris Barnes project, 6 Feet Under. The vocals are a little generic, a little Cookie Monster-esque for my personal liking. However, the album is still consistently entertaining. It's the perfect kind of album for like a fucking party. Like, you get a bunch of friends together, you watch a bunch of stupid fucking horror movies, you eat pizza, you drink way too much fucking beer, and at some point in the night somebody picks up a guitar and says, yo, we should fucking jam, and then this is what you play. You play fun, simple, effective, underground, old school style death metal. I would give this album a 3.5 out of 5. I do genuinely think this is a good album. I want to make that very clear. I just think y'all need to chill the fuck out. Like, I feel like sometimes metalheads, when they hear something even semi-old school, they get like a super fucking raging nostalgia boner and they just lose their fucking minds. Like, yeah, it is a highly entertaining and, dare I say, even somewhat accessible death metal record that tons of different types of metalheads should be able to enjoy thoroughly on some level. But I really don't think it's going to replace any of the classic records that it so obviously worships anytime soon. At least not on my playlist, it's not going to. 3.5 out of 5, another damn good death metal offering from Necrot. I'm excited to see what they do in the future. Who knows? Maybe their next album will truly be a King of the Mountain moment for the band, but for now, y'all seriously need to come back down to earth. Just calm the fuck down, okay? Chill. And that is it for the Metal Meltdown. I'm not an expert, nor do I claim to be. So what do you think? Do you like this record? Do you not like this record? And what do you want to hear from me next? And thank you for watching. Make sure you press subscribe so you get updates on the Metal Meltdown fucking immediately, and you have yourself a fantastic fucking day.